Hello, and Pockets here. Welcome back to another pack opening. This will be pack number 7. We're starting on our third week. We're at this point. This will be past the halfway point. We opened the middle card on Friday. So on this Monday, let's open this pack and we'll see what we can get. I'm actually pretty jazzed about that Kato we got last week. So again, I'm thinking the Dimir Ninja deck I've been looking at might actually make it to the forefront. But let's get it started. For those that are new, if you weren't here last week or watching the previous videos, I will open the pack. We'll go through the cards relatively quick to see what's in them. And then for those that are interested, the second part of the video, we'll go back through and look at the cards, especially the ones we haven't seen before, and talk about them, see how what they do for me, or what they might do. Rebel token, pretty typical Rebel. Phyrexian Horror on the back. Okay, so here's our first fast land for the box. I haven't gotten these. This is Full Art Dark Slick Shores, Dimir. So there you go. Been building my ninja deck. Boom, slots right in. That's exciting. Oh, and our second one, same pack. This one's not foil, but it's the extended art Rakdos one. Can't go wrong with dual lands, fast or slow. I'll take them both, depending on the deck. Obviously, the fast one's in this set. Okay, here's our step completed. Saw Blade Scamp. Boop, 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 boop. I mean, it's still a cool effect, but that's quite the card to get it on, huh? Okay. Let me just move my mic because I almost popped it again. Sinew Dancer, another card we've seen a bunch of times in the regular art Ichor treatment. Bladed Ambassador's a new card. We'll have to read what that does here momentarily. Let's slide these over a little bit so we have room for the lands over here, like tokens. Put our token on screen. Bladed Ambassador in uncommon. We'll see what that does in a minute. I have not read that card before. Goliath Hatchery for this extended art non-foil. Crazy art. Looks like exploding ichor-filled grossness just blowing out of some sort of eggs. We'll have to see what that card does in a minute. Black Sun's Twilight. Haven't seen this card before either. Had a rare extended art standard treatment. Oh, there we go. There's our non-Ichor extended art Capricious Hellraiser. We opened him in one of the earlier packs. I stuck him straight into my dragon deck. So this one could probably, depending on what I build, this could probably see a trade. There's another Mythic Rare, which is nice. I like it. I do like that card. It looks like a lot of fun. Still haven't got to play it. I played a new deck. I played my Ashling deck mostly this last week. There's our Mountain in Phyrexian Mountain in foil. Go with the token, sure. There's another Bladed Ambassador in the standard art, the foil. So we have two of those now. Hex Gold Halberd uncommon at foil, standard art. Starting to learn things. This is pretty good. It's been an exciting experience doing it this way. Prophetic Prism. When Prophetic Prism enters the battlefield, draw a card. Oh yeah, we know what this is. I like the draw card. Filtering is not really great. This is probably okay if you absolutely had to use it in a limited, but I probably wouldn't see it in put it in many of my commander decks. Gulping Scrap Trap. Unless I'm missing something. The drawing a card is nice, replacing itself, but filtering is not always necessary. Anoint with Affliction in foil. Quicksilver Fisher. Alright, so that's the pack. Gone through. The dragon's a nice pull again. I don't mind it. I still like to see like obviously a Elish Norn or something like that, or one of the other prototypes, because we pulled one of the prototypes last week. But now for the second half of the video, for those that want to stick around, let's go through and we will take a look. So obviously we saw this already, so we'll go quick. 6 mana, 4/4 flying. Costs 3 less for you if you have 9 or more cards in your graveyard, which can happen. And then exile 3 random cards from your... When it enters the battlefield, exile 3 random cards from your graveyard, or non-land cards. Choose a non-creature non-land card from among them. Copy it and cast it without paying its cost. Because it's 3 cards and some of that could be land, it may not be as great, but I'd like to give it a try for a few games before I make a yay or nay on it. You know, it depends on how your deck is built as well, but since I'm cheating it in anyway, it might be an interesting way to get like a board wipe or something out of the yard. Blackstone's Twilight I haven't read before, so let's see. This could end up in Shieldred. Let's see. If you hear crinkling, one of my cats is trying to get into a bag. I think the kids left the door open. Up to one target creature gets -X till end of turn. So that's not bad already as it is. Whoops. In black. I mean, it's not destroyed, but gets around indestructible as well, so that's nice. If I remember correctly. Because if it ever has 0 toughness, it doesn't matter. If X is 5 or more, return target creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Yeah, see, this is alright. I can see that in Shieldred. I have won games with Shieldred by reanimating her out of the graveyard when she gets killed. So this would do just that. You tap her for 4 or 5. Well, you tap her for 5. Play this for 5 and pull Shieldred out of the yard. Now, it's not the most efficient way to do it, so maybe not, but as a removal as well. Yeah, I might try it. I might try that in my Shieldred deck. Let you know how it goes. Goliath Hatchery. 4 green for a rare enchantment. When Goliath Hatchery enters the battlefield, create 2 3/3 Phyrexian beast creature tokens with Toxic 1. I mean, tokens, not terrible. 6, yeah. In a Toxic deck, maybe. See what the other part is, with Corrupted. At the beginning of your upkeep, and an opponent has 3 or more poison counters, choose a creature you control and draw cards equal to its Toxic value. Okay. Alright, I mean, you get at least 1 card off of it, right? Because this sits on the table. So you're gonna, as long as they stay on the board. Oh, I saw that. Oh, wait, we already saw all those. What am I doing? It's not a surprise. Look, Blackwater Cliffs. Obviously, comes with tapped unless you can control 2 or fewer lands. So these are the fast lands in Rakdos and foil Dimir one. Yeah, pretty sweet. So that's not bad. I always like getting these lands. So that automatically makes this pack just slightly better than what it would look like. But there we go for the rares. 2 of those lands too. That's nice. They'll go straight into my. I'm sure that'll go into some deck somewhere. Hex Gold. So for Mirrodin, these come into a play attached to a 2/2 red rebel creature token. So 1 in a red for an artifact equipment with equip 2 in a red. So it's a little steep. We'll see what it does. As long as it's your turn, equipped creature has first strike and trample. Okay. Yeah, I can see that being useful. So it's a 2/2 with first strike and trample, which is for 2. So that's a pretty good bear. I mean, 2 mana for a 2/2 with first strike and trample is pretty good. Even for green, that would be amazing. You probably wouldn't get first strike. And then being able to move it to something bigger for 3. Plus, if you're playing equipment decks where some of this might matter, you're going to be ways to lower that cost as well. So maybe that's going to be a good card. We'll have to see what we build with that. I bet you it's in the precon. Might be. Bladed Ambassador, and we got 2 of these. We got the regular art Ichor and the regular foil. I do like the foiling in this set. It really does look like oil slick almost. Not quite, like it's not as, like right there it kind of does, but yeah, it looks like an oil slick. It's pretty cool. Bladed Ambassador enters, 2 mana 3/1. So that's pretty typical white. That's not bad. You'd play a 2 mana 3/1 in white, especially in limited. Bladed Ambassador, Phyrexian Soldier. When it enters the battlefield with an oil counter on it. Remove an oil counter from Bladed Ambassador, gains indestructible till end of turn. Interesting. Whoops. Sorry. Shook my table. Yeah, that's interesting. I could see that being useful, especially if you end up... I mean, it's white, so I don't know how much proliferate there is in white, but you pair that with, like, blue or green. Lots of proliferate there. Proliferate. I don't know if I was saying it right. I feel like I was saying it wrong. We've seen this one before. It's the first time we've seen this art for it, I think. I think I've got the Ichor art the other times. And it's in that oil slick foil. Enters the battlefield, discard a card and draw a card. This is a great limited card. 5 mana, 4/3 flyer is okay. Probably good, depending on the... Again, it's going to depend. I didn't pay attention to the limit, so it will depend on how fast things are, but I like that card in limited. I'll have to watch some videos before I really make a call on that, though. Anoint with Affliction. 1 in black. Hopefully it's removal. I'm always looking for more good removal in black. Exile target creature if it has mana value 3 or less, and then if there's corruption, just exile. Yeah. So you exile it if it has mana value 3 or less, but if they're corrupted, you can exile anything. Long-worded way to say that, but that's what it means. This could actually see play in my Shieldred deck. I have to steer away from the non-black, non-artifact creatures in my Medics Lots of black and lots of artifact creatures going on. So that's cool. I'll have to sit down with it and see what it compares to in that deck. Probably not, though. Exile's nice, though, over Destroy, so that gives it a 1-up. Because there's also a lot of graveyard stuff in my meta. 4 and a black for a 4/4 Phyrexian Horror. Gulping Scrap Trap. Gulping Scrap Trap enters the battlefield or dies. Proliferate. So some black Proliferate. That's good. It's always a good thing. Goes well with Bladed Ambassador if you're in Abzan or Orzhov. Ooh, focus camera. Okay, good thing I saw that. I hope that last one was in focus. I didn't look. Prismatic Prism, yeah, we read this already. Got my thoughts on that in the beginning. And then Sinew Dancer we've done. This is the 1 mana 1/1. Probably good and limited. Probably not so much most other places. There's easier ways to get these effects. But 3 and a white to tap target creature. Corrupted means that it's 1 and a white to tap target creature. 1 and a white tap. So you only get to do 1 creature as well. And then our Sawblade Scamp in the really cool step complete foiling. Haste, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on it. Remove an oil counter, it deals 1 damage. We read this last week sometime. I like the art. And then obviously our Phyrexian Mountain. So there'll probably go at least 1 copy of these. Will go into my Dragon deck for sure. So there's the pack. We got another Capricious Hellraiser. We got the 2 quick lands. Neither of them in colors I currently play, but they're in colors I will probably end up playing. Especially this, I'm really thinking about that Ninja deck. So there you go. Black Sun will probably go into Shieldred, and from there the rest of it's going to go into the collection for future decks. But as always, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below, and we'll see you all next time. Take care.